It's the WNBA All-Star Game. Welcome, everyone. With Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz, this is Blake Suniga. This was one of the best days on the WNBA calendar.
It sure is. It's like fantasy basketball in real life. We're going to see stars align and rivals team up. These are just combinations that we would never see.
The WNBA All-Star Game, a contest like no other.
Of course, I mean, these are the most competitive players in the league, the best players in the league, so everybody wants to win. But this game is for the fans, exciting plays, free-flowing offense, lots of points.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And when it comes down to it, how important is it to players to
Validation in a league full of stars.
Remember, just making this league is so difficult. It's an incredible accomplishment.
A short arm that shot after doing a nice job of getting open.
Pass to Thomas, shoots the three. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Fades back again, the Eastern All-Stars.
Got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one, guys.
Now here's Wilson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Willie. Fires from deep. That one falls. Her second basket of the game. She is now 2 for 3.
Great outside shooting is really fueling this run.
And the D's just getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down.
Pass to McBride. Shoots over Plum. Takes it out to Collier. No good from outside.
A shaky first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 make.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. Another shot, and she lays it up and in.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter for them offensively.
Yeah, but they can't sit back. They need to keep the pressure on the defense and really try to put this one away early.
Great point, Brian. You have to continue to build on this lead.
Back to Wilson. Collier, 6 to shoot. Thomas a screen. And Napheesa Collier with the 3.
Because of Collier's ability to space the floor, it gives her team a deeper offensive identity.
Let's go with a 3. This is her second shot in 4 attempts from the field. The West All-Stars trailing. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. For 3. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, they're getting their points now almost exclusively from three-point range. 4 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
And the defense practically giving them those shots.
And they'll take them.
Now here's McBride. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
Well, offensively speaking, it has been a tough quarter for her.
A nice shot by Mrs. Incredible.
They're really struggling defensively. Too many easy buckets. I mean, what was the coach's game plan?
Who knows? And that's a really embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy. Nice find by Stewart. She doesn't just score, she's also a willing passer.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. 9 points in the game. The tray. Another 3 for the East All-Stars.
And that's what built them the early lead. Killer shooting from beyond the arc.
And the defense needs to recognize that and get out there on those shooters. Pronto.
The putback. It's good on the putback.
Tip your hat to Stewart, maybe the best player in the world. She still does the extra little dirty work inside.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible, covered by Collier.
She is just tearing it up this quarter, and I don't think this lead is going to go anywhere while she's this hot from the field.
Now here's Thomas. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shoots from the baseline. The shot by Collier, no good.
You know, she's disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all with her offense.
And you know she'll be happy to get this period over and done with and just start fresh.
Again, the Eastern All-Stars.
She has put her foot on the gas pedal this quarter. She's doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Now here's Thomas. Pass to McBride. Jacks up a three. Drills it from outside.
Beautifully crafted for maximum efficiency. McBride's a natural playmaker.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. And that one off the back of the rim.
It's been a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. This is the start that coaches dream of.
Here's Willie. 9 points in the game. Had a nice open look right there.
An extremely accurate shooter. Plum has finished top 5 in the league in three-point shooting.
Right outside. Pass to Wilson. Over Hamby. Wilson can't hit.
The shot's just not dropping for her today.
Mrs. Incredible with it. Collier's there. Boston outside. Up top, Mrs. Incredible. Another three for the East All-Stars.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Now here's McBride. Thomas outside. Pass to Wilson. And here's Stewart. To the paint. Collier shoots over Mrs. Incredible. And another miss by the Western All-Stars.
She's going to play her way right onto the bench if she continues to shoot the ball like she has this quarter.
They are putting the hammer down. Just a huge lead for them.
And it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense because it has all been working for them.
Yeah, to build this lead, you have to do both.
Now here's Thomas. Looking for her first basket still in this one. To stop the run. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars.
You see defenders afraid to get in her way a lot of times when she's on her way to the bucket, but not that time.
Hits it from three-point range.
Boy, they're shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Yeah, how do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss right now.
The shot misses. Here's Willie. She's covered by Thomas. 2 points. That one goes in.
From that in-between range, they've been the much hotter shooting team.
Well, when you knock down those jumpers, it really just opens up everything else.
Now here's Wilson. Happy to see that one go in after missing 6 of her 9 shots today.
And Wilson likes asserting her dominance inside, just brushing off the defense.
Boston outside. This is incredible. Pass to Plum. Another three for the East All-Stars.
And the defense looks stunned. I mean, Brian, it is triple after triple.
Yeah, they seem powerless to stop it. Just hoping they cool off, I guess.
It's going to take more than hope, though. It's going to take some actual defense.
Absolutely.
Really left alone that time.
And we've seen Wilson work on this part of her game over the years. It's nice to see her knocking it down from downtown.
Here's Mrs. Incredible, and she banks in the layup.
Her efficient scoring. A nice lift to their offense tonight.
And it's the West All-Stars with the ball. Nafisa Collier on the wing, defended by Mrs. Incredible. And that's out of bounds. The West All-Stars are going to retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Ionescu. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Camila Cardoso.
In terms of lead guards, point guards, Sabrina Ionescu has really good size, and that helps her down low.
Ogwumike, defended by Stewart. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. She's got 25. Bucket is good.
She just plays with a love of the game. You can see it in how she prepares, her work ethic, the way she interacts with her teammates and players on other teams. When she hits the floor, she is all about the game of basketball.
Now here's Ionescu. Shoots over Mrs. Incredible. And that's out of bounds. The West All-Stars are going to retain possession. So both teams making some changes here. outside, Young. Shot from the wing. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars.
They've been sensational on the boards to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a good word for it, Tim. That's good. You usually have the right word for these kinds of situations. Just tearing it up on the glass.
How kind of you, Brian.
Now here's Young. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Not a lot of room. It's good.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening frame.
If they match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Here's Ionescu. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And she can't bank that one in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Now Mrs. Incredible. She's got 29 points for the game. From past the arc. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good!
She ends the quarter with a money three as the buzzer sounds.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do there, and the timing couldn't have been better.
You just can't end a quarter better than that.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. East All-Stars ahead, delivering the blowout. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter. And it's the second quarter, right in the thick of this All-Star game. And it's There have been various formats to the All-Star game. You know, East versus West, captains, the U.S. team versus everyone else. So do you guys have a favorite?
Well, I've really enjoyed the captain versions. It's cool to see the draft process and who every captain picks. I mean, that's almost just as exciting as the actual game.
Those have been great. You know, I've really enjoyed watching the U.S. team games. You know, they usually play the same year as the games. Great prep before they chase goal.
And here's Thomas. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Ionescu. From the arc. Her fourth miss of the game. She's made 3 shots.
Their rebounding has been off the chart today, guys, and that's the number one reason why this game is out of hand right now.
Exactly. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the glass.
And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
Outside Plum. Off the mark there with the 3.
3 triples for her in the first quarter, but she's yet to knock one down in the second.
Thomas outside. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Ionescu. No good. Unable to end this run. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. McBride covering. A nice shot by Mrs. Incredible.
She has really pummeled these defenders today, no matter who has been on her.
McBride outside. 3-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars.
I'm not sure why she keeps trying her luck from deep. It's just not working for her.
They've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. You got to imagine that their coach is very happy with that.
4 straight passes leading to scores. That's just great team play.
And another miss by the Western All-Stars. This is Incredible with it. She's got 34. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the 3-pointer.
And she does it again. What can you say? The defense keeps allowing her to get open out there, and if I'm the opposing coach, I got to dig into my team here and demand more from them.
Ionescu outside. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Gotta love Ionescu's intensity, delivering an emphatic answer.
Pass to Hamby. This is Incredible. 3-pointer. Another 3 for the East All-Stars.
The defense has been unable to slow her down. What a game.
And here's Wilson. She's covered by Hamby. Ionescu outside. And she can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Here's Plum. That another one in the scoring column for her. She's 7 for 10 from the field.
Well, capable of winning a scoring title. Kelsey Plum is a bucket, and they have no answer for her.
Here's Thomas. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Wilson the screen, and here's Kayla McBride from the arc.
She's killing them with her poor shooting.
Pass to Hamby, outside Plum, and that comes off the assist by Erica Hamby.
It's obvious that Plum has found her rhythm tonight. Nice to see her making a big impact on that end.
Thomas outside. To the middle. Here's Stewart. Nails the baby hook.
She's picked it up since the start of the second. Her shots are starting to fall.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. She has 40. And the layup falls.
She is definitely making her presence felt here in the first half, shooting it so efficiently.
Pass to Wilson. Ionescu outside. The kick out to McBride. Back to Ionescu. McBride. The three-pointer off the mark.
I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
It looked good here, too. I'm as shocked as you.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. She's covered closely. She gets it in there.
Defensively, they've been unable to shut down the most important part of the court, Brian, the middle.
Yeah, and the point totals in the paint are tilted heavily against them now.
Wilson the screen. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars. And stolen by Ionescu. There's the three. That's in for her fifth field goal of the game. Makes her 5 for 12 this far.
A big move in Ionescu's endless offensive arsenal, the stop and pop, getting her defenders on their heels.
Here's Willie. Over to the left wing. Lets it go from deep. A nice shot by Mrs. Incredible.
Look, I'll be honest, I wasn't really sure if she could even keep this up, but she has, so bravo.
Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. And the West All-Stars with another three.
She is a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they would be if she was not having this kind of a quarter.
And she gets it to go.
Offensively, a perfect quarter. She hasn't missed a single shot.
Wilson outside. Pass to Ionescu. The three. Another miss by Sabrina Ionescu. Here's Mrs. Incredible. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. East All-Stars ahead, opening a huge gap. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Second half of the WNBA All-Star Game, the summer showcase for the W. Here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. McBride. Off target from outside.
She has slipped into a real funk here.
Definitely. The basket is not looking very big to her at this point.
To the wing, right side. Pass to miss is incredible. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound.
Some great tight defense right there. Got right up on her and forced the miss.
Just close enough to bother her on the shot, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
11 feet out. A nice shot by Stewart.
What a move by Stewart, showing you there's much more to her game than just her height.
Out to the left wing. The three is up. That ball is good for another field goal, her 6th, and she's at a 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Wilson, she's covered by Hamby. Takes it out to Collier. Off target with the three.
Those have been some terrible shot choices, Blake. That was not good at all.
Here's misses incredible. Another three for the East All-Stars. And it's the West All-Stars with the ball. Pass to Wilson. Over Hamby. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars.
It just hasn't been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Plum gets the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely. The defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
Pass to Collier. Clock at 6. Will it go? And another miss by the Western All-Stars.
A lot of clanks by them early in the second here so far. Only 1 make on 5 tries.
This is incredible. Another three for the East All-Stars.
Everything working for them out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 tries.
Outside Stewart. Hamby grabs the miss.
Really tough for this club right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they try, it doesn't work. You gotta slow it down and just get back to the basics and the fundamentals.
They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right, their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. Pass to Stewart. The three. She's off on that one.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go through the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The team got lucky.
No one covering.
This is a nice third-quarter surge they've got going on right now.
Yeah, and it's a great time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half.
Absolutely. Build some distance. Try to get things going.
Here's McBride. Wilson. Good D by De'Erica Hamby. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Score that one for her 8th field goal. 8 for 11, in fact, on an accurate night.
Well, you know, offensively, Brian, they've been really special.
Yeah, you nailed it, Tim. No matter what the defense has thrown at them, they've just kept piling up the points.
And more points.
Here's Wilson. Kicks it out to Collier. And she can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Mrs. Incredible. Good. And it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, and they're doing some damage.
Yeah, the D struggling to take that away from them.
Right outside. Stewart. Here's Wilson. The wide open shot is on the money.
For a front court player, normally a center, Wilson has such a solid jump shot, forces you out to contest.
Pass to Boston. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Here's Willie. She's covered by Thomas. Puts up a three. Another three for the East All-Stars.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. They sure add up.
Wilson outside. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And stolen by Boston. Here's Mrs. Incredible. Good on the shot.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the marks.
Literally every shot. They just aren't missing.
Right wing. Back to Thomas. Terrific assist and a nice finish. Just a solid play all around.
The paint is Thomas's domain. She's great at finding those point-blank looks.
This is incredible with it. Collier's there. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
What a mismatch it's been in the post. I mean, where's the defensive adjustment? They're just getting eaten alive out there.
Yeah, I agree. They got to come up with something. A double team, maybe a sub. This is getting ridiculous.
Thomas down low. The jump hook. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Well done to finish that one off.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
And the East All-Stars call time here. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Covered by Ionescu. Reese. Soft touch off the glass.
You know, you look at the stats, the assist totals, they just jump out at you. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been key.
It's just a different mindset these teams have had.
The kick out to Ionescu. Stolen by Reese. And now the East on the break. Pass to Mrs. Incredible. Inside. Over Collier. Reese gets the bucket.
Some defensive breakdowns happening now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these high percentage shot attempts, it's not going to get it done. They need to figure it out.
Brianna Stewart drives in. Down low. And it's Wilson missing. Launches it. Knocks down the 3 ball.
This defense is giving their shooters free reign to operate from beyond the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get going, then you're in trouble because they can hit even when they're well defended.
Here's Thomas. 3-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. Made that one. It's her 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
They really set Ionescu up for success there. Perfectly positioned with a good look at the hoop.
Took in no time at all on that one.
Well, she's shot the ball well, but she hasn't shot it enough. The more shots she gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
A nice shot by Wilson.
Plays with such imagination and vision. Players like Wilson go on to have long, successful careers.
Ogumake misses. Here's the West All-Stars. Pass to Collier. Got a piece of it.
She's still looking for her first 3-pointer of the second half after hitting just 1 3-pointer in the first half.
So reliable, guys. Her offense, it doesn't come and go. It's always there.
Ionescu outside. Pass to Collier. It's hauled in by Reese.
Something has gone wrong with her this quarter. She's going to have to get it together.
Kept alive. Ogumake. Now it's Reese. She's covered by Thomas. Ionescu outside. For 3, Nafisa Collier. The 3-pointer is on target.
And Collier knows she has the green light to take these shots. Love how fast she makes decisions.
On the wing, Nneka Ogumake. This is incredible. Launches a 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
What's got into her today? This is getting ridiculous.
Outside Stewart. Pass to Ionescu. And a great assist by Brianna Stewart as that one goes in.
What a terrific night for Sabrina Ionescu, showing off her abilities as a natural-born scorer.
To the left wing. Here's Mrs. Incredible. Shot clock at 6. And here's Nika from the arc. Another 3 for the East All-Stars.
And they are just killing them with the three-point shot here in the second half.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. They're fully stretched out there trying to stop the three and still haven't been able to do it.
I don't know defensively what they can do different at this point.
That's great. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
Good call there. Her feet still moving when she set the screen.
And she sort of lowered her shoulder into her, too. A move you perfected, actually. But they were going to get her there one way or the other.
Reese, defended by Stewart. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. He's guarded closely.
Well, we saw this in her collegiate career.
The fear of contact does not exist in Angel Reese.
Here's Ionescu, and the West All-Stars tack on 2 more.
Well, she's been a bright spot in what has otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible, covered by Ionescu. From outside the arc, a monumental buzzer beater.
A thrilling shot for one team, and boy, what a heartbreaker for the other.
And you gotta admire the ice in her veins. What a shot.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. The final quarter of the All-Star game. What a special night on the WNBA calendar. Well, we've got a great game, and it should be a great teams changing it up here. And it's the West All-Stars with the ball. To the inside, Wilson off the mark, and the drought continues. 20 feet out, and Williams gets it to go.
What a passing display she's putting on.
She is spoiling us today. Just another incredible assist for the highlight reel, and the reel is getting quite long.
Pass to Stewart. It's hauled in by Angel Reese. And here are the East All-Stars now. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Outside Williams. This is incredible. 6 to shoot. Back to Williams. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
But for a player that stands 5'8", Courtney Williams doesn't take too many threes, mostly does her damage inside.
Down low. Here's Wilson. Shakira Austin with the block. From the wing. Again, the Eastern All-Stars.
Well, there's hot guys, and there's really hot. They can't miss.
Sometimes an individual will go on a shooting tear like this, but a whole team?
This is special, Brian.
Ionescu outside. And another miss by the Western All-Stars. On the wing, Courtney Williams. This is incredible. Covered by Collier. Courtney Williams for 3. Another 3 for the East All-Stars.
You know, there are certain players who shoot much better off a pass. Williams is one of them. Allows her to set her feet.
Ionescu outside. Shot to end the cold run. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. The West All-Stars are going to retain possession. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Wilson. Pass to Stewart. 6 on the shot clock. Collier. Good. And Brianna Stewart gets the assist.
Well, it's tough to contain Collier in her well-rounded offensive game. She just has so many moves she can turn to.
Rivers. Another 3 for the East All-Stars.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous really for them from three-point range.
Yeah, a ton of their points coming from long range here. What a barrage.
And what a time to hit the threes.
Wilson with the bucket.
Strong finish by Wilson, the best big in the game. It takes more than that to stop her.
Pass to Austin. Now Mrs. Incredible. Guarded by Young. And good that time.
Shakira Austin.
Now here's Young. She's tightly guarded. Thomas a screen. Nafisa Collier on the wing. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Eastern All-Stars.
Boy, rough day for her, and she's not the only reason they're down right now, but she is certainly one of them.
Well, we're seeing the shots dropping for them very well now.
Yeah, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point. Their coach has to be happy.
Stewart up top. Pass to Thomas. And here's Wilson. Clock at 6. Shakira Austin with the block.
Great defense from Austin. Not only is she tall at around 6'5", Shakira gives 100% on D.
To the paint. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. Drains the three-pointer. Now Young. And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the middle. Pass to Wilson. Takes it out to Collier. Stewart. Shot clock at 6. Alyssa Thomas on the wing. That one rolling around and rims out. Reese on the left. This is Incredible. Inside, Austin. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Great energy and movement by the 6'5" Austin. Very effective as the screener.
Pass to Stewart. Collier. Wilson, guarded by Austin. To halt the run. And it's Austin with the rebound. Now the East All-Stars with it. Here's Mrs. Incredible. She gets that one.
She's had such a steady hand. And I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today.
Pass to Wilson. And she hits the jumper. Well, she's been waiting a while for that.
Killer confidence, stays true to herself. What more do you want from Wilson? She's a terrific basketball player.
A nice shot by Mrs. Incredible.
She came out of the locker room smoking. Great second half for her so far.
Now Stewart. To the inside. Outside Young. Fires for 3. Mrs. Incredible with the rebound. And here are the East All-Stars now. Ogumake. And here's Mrs. Incredible. Goes up on the baseline. Again, the Eastern All-Stars.
I mean, she scored most of their points herself. Her offense is a big part of her team's recipe for success.
Outside Young. Pass to Wilson. Shoots over Austin. A nice shot by Wilson.
Explosive first step with an accurate mid-range J. It's part of what makes Wilson so tough to guard.
Mrs. Incredible with it. Makes it off the glass.
I don't want to say that they're trying to run up the score, but they do keep adding up to that lead.
Well, if you won't say it, partner, I will. They're trying to run up the score here.
Thanks for saying that, Brian.
Young shot's good.
Keeping Young out of the paint has to be a focus for this defense. She is so effective near the rim.
And shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Mrs. Incredible. Again, the Eastern All-Stars.
She is feeling it, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Here's Young. Stewart. She's covered by Ogumake. Takes it out to Collier. Connects from three-point range.
Got the D worried about her inside and kicked it out for the open jump shot. Nice pass.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. Yes! So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
What a great game. Anytime you get to see all these stars on the floor, it is just so special.
It was also a nice little break from the grind of the regular season. Now, our entire focus is on this stretch run. And I just got to say, I can't wait for the second half of the year.
This triple-double is a special one because you also broke Courtney Vandersloot's previous record for most assists for a triple-double in the process. Were you aware of that as you were finishing out the game?
Oh, I didn't until I got close to it. One of our assistant coaches mentioned it during a timeout, and I was just like, really? That's kind of cool. And then I just kept playing.
You were tossing passes out today like you were giving away free t-shirts at halftime. How are you able to get your teammates actively involved?
Honestly, all credit to the game plan going in. I knew what we were trying to do from a spacing standpoint and getting open shots, and it worked really well. I didn't really have to do very much on my end, honestly.